let's go ahead and get started. I want to talk about Nipsey Hussle and some things that he's done, not in that aspect, but about the music, him making a song that he has $1 million life insurance on his life, right? And I've seen so many people talk about that and say, hey, he has $1 million life insurance on his life. So I kind of did some research on this gentleman just to see what's going on. And then we also have John Singleton that passed away as well. And the news that's coming out right now and the fight going on between his mom and his daughter and all this stuff, this is why I'm doing this video, because I don't want it to happen to you. You work hard for your money, you doing all the right things. So what is the problem? What are we fighting? What is going on? How can we prevent stuff? How can you control all your wealth from the grave? So important. And I shared a little bit about it in my book, Creating Generational Wealth. And today I want to go into some details about this situation. So first, let me pull up this picture on Nipsey Hussle. Let me get this here and kind of share my screen so you all could see my screen. All right. So Nipsey Hussle's $1 million policy, what you should know about life insurance, right? So that's the first thing. Well, so there's another thing I did here, and I went and I pulled up some stuff. Nipsey Hussle net worth. Nipsey Hussle was an American rapper who had a net worth of $8 million at the time of his death in 2019. He was born, they talked about his family and all that good stuff. But listen, $8 million and life insurance, $1 million. First things first, I want to commend this gentleman for at least taking the initial step to make the phone call and get an insurance agent or a financial planner, I don't know who he sat down with, that came into his home and sold him a policy for $1 million. He made the phone call. But here's the problem, folks. Here's the problem. That advisor, whoever that person is, did not do this gentleman justice. Let me say that again. Did not do this gentleman justice. And it's so sad that we have so many celebrities, so many folks that are doing very well, but they are constantly not being taken care of. I mean, this guy is doing everything he can to take care of his family, take care of community, take care of the people, and yet he trusted somebody to come in and take care of him, and the person could not help him make sure that he's fully insured. This guy is underinsured. If that's the only amount of policy he has, $1 million, So I'm going to talk about some things that I need you to start thinking about, start doing. So in his case, he's worth $8 million. That's his net worth, $8 million. Obviously, whoever that financial advisor that sold him that policy did not understand the importance of dealing with a guy at this caliber that owns a bunch of businesses that say, okay, listen, you're not a civilian anymore. I need to bring in somebody else to help you. See, this is why I always tell people, I say, listen, sometimes you need to take yourself out of the situation and bring in somebody that understands, that can help your clients get to the next level. But unfortunately, because people are so small-minded thinkers, they think small. Instead of thinking abundance, they neglect that, listen, it's not just the commission. You're about to change. If something happens to this man's family, what are you going to do? His kids. First, he has $1 million life insurance. He's worth $8 million. That's a lot of money. Now, he should at least have a minimum. If he sat down with the right person, the first things first is to find out, all right, how much life insurance should this guy should have in his life? So based on his age, he's 33 years old. 33 years old, okay? And I don't know how much income he pays himself. I don't know, I don't know what he takes home as a W-2 salary. But if he took home $250,000 in income, just using that number, right? W-2 income. If he took home that amount, the amount of life insurance that he should have on his life, based on a multiplier that we use, is $6.2 million. $6.2 million. That's a lot of coverage. That's at least that amount on just his income, using that income, $250,000. Now, we also could do some based on his net worth and come up with another number, to add to that 6.2 million. All right, and I'm going to show you an example of a young man just like him, just like Nipsey, that's actually 30 years old, that has his net worth is only 5 million, but has about $40 million of life insurance on his life. Now, here's the key: because of the way Nipsey is set up, and because of his businesses that he has and his net worth, we could have gotten a bank to even pay the premium. So Nipsey don't have to actually write a check for the life insurance. Let me say that again. We could have gotten a bank. If he was dealing with a person like me, we would have brought in a bank to pay the premium for his life insurance policy. All right. There's no reason why he should pay the premium for 10, 12, because he should at least have at least 20 to 25 million dollars of life insurance on his life, and would have brought in a bank to write that check for Nipsey, an actual bank, all right, to pay it. Banks will finance that policy for him. That's how a lot of high net worth people buy life insurance. They don't spend their money; they use other people's money to purchase life insurance. So we would have done that for Nipsey. Now, the other thing is, the other point I want to make is, if he did not have an estate plan in place, and when I say an estate plan, I mean like a trust in place. First of all, his girlfriend, Lauren, right? Lauren, that's his girlfriend. All right, here's the problem. If he didn't have an estate plan in place, she cannot get that $1 million policy. If she's not the beneficiary of that policy and his children are the beneficiary, first of all, they ain't getting no money until they turn 18 or 21 years old. Just depend on the judge that makes that decision. Because if he didn't have anything set aside, what I call it, an estate plan, at least a trust, and it has to be the right type of trust, because there's so many different types. There's over 60 types. That's why we like to educate our clients on the one that makes sense for their situation. And with this kind of guy in his situation, man, there's so much we could do for him. But here's the problem. In his case, if Lauren, because she's just the girlfriend. Now, ladies, let me explain something to you. If you're riding high with your man and you guys are building something together and y'all are not married, you don't have a ring on your finger, and you're helping them build and push and put stuff going forward or whatever, here's what I want you to do. Sit down with them and say, listen, baby, I love you. I ain't going to give you that stuff tonight, but listen, we need to sit down and talk about setting up at least. I know you don't want to talk about marriage. I understand. You don't want to get married. You're scared or whatever. Let's go ahead and set up a trust, to at least make sure that if something should happen to either one of us, everything will go to the trust so that our kids will be taken care of. In that way, if stuff like that was set up or created, guess what? She will be in a position, because that policy will go to the trust. It won't go to the children. It will go to the trust. And because she's a trustee, she could do what? Divvy up the money and deal with it the way she wants to deal with it, to take care of the kids and stuff. But if that's not in place, and her name is not in that policy as a beneficiary, too bad, she ain't getting a dollar. Only the true children will get that money, but they cannot get it until they're of age. Now, he also owns a bunch of businesses. Again, if he doesn't have the right estate plan in place and the right structure, all those businesses are gonna go unless somebody else comes in. I mean, think about it. Businesses need money to run and operate. Now, what happens? Now he's passed on. He's the brains of the business. And If he doesn't have insurance to bring him money into the business, how long would that business sustain? How long? The federal government, right now, we don't know if he has a trust or will in place or whatever. The federal government, the IRS, will come in and take 70% of all that money. And he's in California, I think, right? I think he's in California. So that's a problem. You know, California, they're struggling over there. So guess what? They're going to come after him hard, his family, and take as much money as they want to in terms of estate tax and all those stuff, especially if it's not structured properly. So make sure you talk to your boyfriend, your girlfriend. If you guys are riding, killing it, making the money, going out there, just, you know, you'll ride and die, whatever, but you all are not married, which is for whatever reason you all didn't do it because, or you're planning a wedding or whatever the case might be, you need to at least have a trust set up, and you have to write the right. You have to have the right type, not just the regular living trust. Because after a certain level, you need to talk to an expert that understands certain things, and we have those people. So how is the business structure? Very, very important. The other stuff I want to talk, yeah. So, you know, the other guy, you know, another powerhouse, man, John Singleton, man. Oh my goodness, folks. This gentleman, he's worth $35 million. 35 mil. He's 51 years old. He didn't have any insurance policy. He didn't have not even a trust or will. You know, this is so important because, man, I mean, we all seen his movies that he's done, all the projects, great stuff, great talent. But folks, when are we going to stop this? When is this, our people are going to stop? It's one thing you make all this noise, you know, Black power, we do all this stuff. We talk about we want to build black wealth, we want to build black Wall Street, we want to do all this. Listen, start first creating a foundation. That's the first Black Wall Street you need to do. Create a foundation, a financial foundation. That's the first Wall Street you all need to do. Build that Wall Street in your house first. Build a financial foundation. Make sure, if anything, because nothing is proper. You ain't going to live forever. You're not going to live forever. You are going to die. I mean, it's going to happen. The wealthy understand that they're going to die, right? So they plan towards that. It's like you're trying to buy a house. You start planning towards the house, right? You're like, you know, we're going to buy this house. You know, we just closed on it. We need to now start buying furniture and all this stuff or whatever. Well, same thing. You need to start planning ahead for the day that happens. And there's certain things you got to do and put in place to make sure, God forbid, if any of those things should happen, people, your family is going to be well taken care of. That is so important. I mean, these gentlemen, he didn't plan on that. He was just coming back from vacation. Now, you know, based on this year's, his wife, his mom and his daughter are fighting. You know, the family is fighting over his, well, he has a lot of kids too. Folks, it is sad, very, very sad. And I want you all to now, for those of you that are watching this video, you know, you need to take the time and sit down with someone that understands the situation, especially if you're, I call it, if you're making a certain amount of money, you know, you've gone past certain levels, guess what? You're no longer a civilian. You're now in a different situation. You need to now talk to someone that can take you to a whole new level. We could have banks pay for life insurance for you. All right, we could have banks. Look, if you're worth $5 million or more, we could have banks pay for the life insurance. Let me tell you that. So if your financial advisor is not talking to you about it, then I could help you with that. All right, just show you one example. Let me see if I want to pull up the right one. You know, this is Bank of America. They just want to show you balance sheets of banks so you can understand why wealth, insurance wealth, is so important. You know. See, banks, they don't mind loaning money to people. This is a Bank of America. This is how much they have in real estate. Look at how much they have in life insurance, $21.6 billion with a B. Where you think that money came from? This is just one, this is, you know, in the world of banks, Bank of America is a small bank. You know, there's all the bigger banks, right? I mean, they have bigger policies that they use. All right. So understand this. These banks don't mind putting money in life insurance, giving the money to you to buy life insurance. They'll loan you the money, especially if you're a high net worth individual. You know, there's no reason a person like Nipsey or John Singleton, our superstars, our men, our brothers that are getting it done every day, there's no reason why they shouldn't have the right amount of life insurance. So what I want to do, man, you know, thanks Melvin for joining, and Michael. What I want to do real quick, I want you all to share this video with folks that you know, have them watch this and get it in there, share and like the video, educate, help them, help your family and friends. They need to know about this stuff here that you're doing. You know, it's so important that they listen to it, that they watch it, that they know exactly what's going on when it comes to the way to own stuff. You know, I wish that I ever met that guy, or I was the guy. I could have helped them a lot. There's loads of stuff we could have done, you know, to make sure his business is fully protected, so that everything he worked hard for will go to the people that he's worked hard for, his children. You know, so if you're a financial advisor out there, it's time for you to step outside the box and start thinking and putting your clients first instead of you, okay? And if something you don't know, find somebody and collaborate and split commission with it, because I know it's all about the money, right? Split commissions, but at least you get to know that when you sleep at night, you've done everything you're supposed to do as an agent to help your customer. You sold $1 million policy to Nipsey, and you're like, oh yeah, I've arrived. Come on, you ain't arrived nothing. That is nothing, bro. Whatever, whoever you are that sold that policy, that man, you know, hopefully Nipsey will get out from the grave and slap the crap out of you for doing that stuff to him, for messing him up without advising him properly. All right, I hope you learned your lesson from this, and that you're able to get out of your box and become a superstar in the business. Don't just do it for the commission, do it for the help of the clients. Man, may his soul rest in peace. And John Singleton, may your soul rest in peace. And for everyone else, man, you all take it easy. I'm here in Berlin, Germany. I'm just getting ready to go do my thing, you know. But I just wanted to do this video. You know, it's about, I don't know what time it is here right now. It's, you know, it's in the afternoon, 5:13 in the evening. I know you guys are still waking up in some parts of the world. But listen, thank you again for tuning in. Take it easy, and God bless.